Okay. So, so today we'll go with some other products that are industrially produced produced at industrial level by using microorganisms and used for purpose. In it, the very important one is antibiotics. Okay, antibiotics. Antibiotics are produced by micro. First of all, what is meant by antibiotic? Okay, antibiotic. Anti means opposite. Bio means living. Okay, bio means living. So that means these are the chemical substances that are produced by one microorganism, which will restrict the growth of another microorganism. Understand what are antibiotics means? Antibiotics are nothing but the chemical substances which are produced by one microorganism, which will prevent the growth of another microorganism. Okay, such chemical substances we are calling it as antibiotics. Okay, that is the chemical substances which are produced by living and working against or anti to certain microorganisms. That is called antibiotics. So antibiotics produced by microbes are regarded as one of the most significant discoveries of the 20th century and have greatly contributed to the welfare of the human society. Okay, the discovery of antibiotics which are produced by certain microorganisms is considered as the one of the most significant discovery in the 20th century. Okay, okay, during the World War, especially during the Second World War, antibiotics played a key role to prevent the death of a large number of soldiers who were injured during the war. Okay, that is antibiotics. Okay, that is why we are saying okay, this is the significant discovery in the 20th century. Okay, antibiotics produced by microbes are regarded as one of the most significant discoveries of the 20th century and have greatly contributed towards the welfare of the human society. Okay, here we can see anti is a Greek word which means against, and bio means life. Together they mean against life in the context of disease causing organ. Okay, they are okay. These antibiotics are these chemicals are used okay to protect the human from a disease causing organisms. Okay, by microorganisms, certain microorganisms. Okay, whereas with reference to human beings, they are pro-life and not against. Okay, they are pro-life and not against. So that is so antibiotics are chemical substances which are produced by some microbes and can kill or retard the growth of other microbes. That is disease causing organisms. Okay, that's why. Okay, that's why the name given as antibiotic. And next, you are familiar with the commonly used antibiotic penicillin. That is the commonly, generally, that is when injured. Okay, when you are injured while you are playing in the ground, just simply anyone will say, okay, take one penicillin injection. Okay, take one penicillin injection. Okay, right now. Okay, then okay, you will be okay. You can cure that wound quickly. Okay, that is the
Sir, that
regular.
some
Okay, that is so. You are familiar with the commonly used antibiotic penicillin. Okay, primarily they say penicillin. Okay, if the wound is big, okay, if the wound is big, then they will say to take a TT injection, tetanus toxoid. Okay, if the wound is small, okay, if the wound is small and all that, okay, immediately they will ask you to take okay, generally the penicillin injection. Okay, if the wound is big and it is not getting cured for a longer period of time, then they will ask you to take the TT. Okay, that is so that is the difference we can see penicillin and TT. Okay, so you are familiar with commonly used antibiotic penicillin. Do you know that the penicillin was the first antibiotic to be discovered, and it was a chance discovery. Okay, when you observe, okay, penicillin is the first antibiotic that was discovered, and it was discovered by chance. Okay, okay, who discovered antibiotic penicillin means Alexander Fleming. Alexander Fleming, okay, Alexander Fleming was the first person who discovered the antibiotic. How he was able to discover the penicillin means when he was growing, okay, when he was growing some bacteria like staphylococci in the laboratory in the petri dish, okay, by contamination, okay, as a contamination, a fungus called Penicillium notatum, a fungi by the name Penicillium notatum, okay, by contamination entered into that petri dish, okay, and it start growing colonies. Okay, when this Penicillium notatum is growing, okay, this Alexander Fleming has observed that surrounding the regions of this okay, Penicillium notatum fungus, okay, the bacterial colonies are unable to grow. It prevented the growth of Staphylococci bacteria around this fungal colonies, that is Penicillium notatum. Okay, by chance, what happens? This Penicillium notatum entered into the petri dish, and this while this Penicillium notatum is growing around the colonies of this Penicillium notatum, he found that it restricted the growth of this Staphylococci bacterium, or Staphylococci colonies are unable to grow around this Penicillium notatum colonies. Okay, then by curiosity, you want to know what is the reason behind this, and he found that a chemical substance that is produced from the Penicillium notatum has restricted the growth of the Staphylococci around the Penicillium notatum colonies, and he named that chemical as penicillin. Thus, the penicillin was discovered by Alexander Fleming. Okay, that is what we can see. So, okay, penicillin was the first antibiotic to be discovered, and it was chance discovery. That means by chance, unknowingly. Okay, he was not working on the to discover the antibiotic. He was growing some staphylococci in the laboratory in the petri dish. Okay, by chance, some Penicillium notatum has entered into that petri dish and prevented the growth of staphylococci. By curiosity, he want to know what is the reason behind that, and he found that a chemical substance which is produced from this Penicillium notatum prevented the growth of this staphylococci around it, and that chemical substance he named it as penicillin. So that's okay. Alexander, while working on staphylococci bacteria, once observed a mold. Mold means here fungi. Mold growing in one of his unwatched culture plates, around which staphylococci could not grow. So in a contaminated, okay, petri dish, okay, with this Penicillium notatum. Okay, the Staphylococci are unable to grow around that fungus or mold. Okay, he found out it was due to a chemical produced by the mold, and he named it penicillin after the mold Penicillium notatum. So the organism which is grown as a contaminant is Penicillium notatum, and the chemical substance which prevented the growth of the Staphylococci is penicillin. So thus he named penicillin. Okay, that is okay. He discovered the penicillin, but the usage of penicillin as a potential antibiotic to protect the person from disease was not explained or not used by this Alexander Fleming. Okay, the potential usage, that means the penicillin as an antibiotic to to protect from diseases. Okay, this is this was not done by the Alexander Fleming. Okay, it is done by another two scientists, that is Ernest Chain and Howard Florey. Ernest Chain and Howard Florey. These two scientists worked out on this penicillin, and the potential nature of this penicillin to protect the persons from infections from different diseases was given by this Ernest Chain and Howard Florey. That's what we can see here. However, its full potential as an effective antibiotic was established much later by Ernest Chain and Howard Florey. Okay, this antibiotic was extensively used to treat American soldiers, okay, wounded in World War II. So that means the potential nature of the penicillin antibiotic as a antibiotic to protect from different diseases was not given by Alexander Fleming. It was given by much later by another two scientists, that is Ernest Chain and Howard Florey. Later, okay, after the potential nature of this penicillin was discovered, later it was used extensively during the World War II to protect the soldiers, who are wounded. Okay, that is. And next, the okay, in World War II. And next, after the potential nature of the penicillin was discovered, okay, for curing a lot of diseases which are caused by microorganisms. Later, okay, they were awarded the Nobel Prize. This Alexander Fleming, Ernest Chain, and Howard Florey, all the three members has awarded the Nobel Prize in the year 1945 for this penicillin and its effective nature of the penicillin. Okay, that is how the antibiotic was discovered and its usage was came to understand. Okay, later on, okay, after the discovery of the penicillin, okay, later on a large number of antibiotics were discovered which are produced by different microorganisms. Okay, this antibiotic penicillin was produced by fungus, and later not only fungus, some other antibiotics which are produced by the bacteria are also synthesized, are also discovered. Okay, after penicillin, other antibiotics were also purified from other microbes. Can you name some other antibiotics and found out their sources? Okay, some of the antibiotics like streptomycin, erythromycin, okay, chloramphenicol, okay, tetracycline, like this are different types of antibiotics were discovered later, okay, which were produced by the bacteria and fungus. Okay, That is. And next, okay, antibiotics have greatly improved our capacity to treat deadly diseases such as plague. Okay, tetracycline is used to cure plague, whooping cough. Okay, whooping cough, diphtheria, the leprosy, which would which used to kill millions all over the globe in those days. Today, we cannot imagine a world without antibiotics. Okay, that is this. Okay. Generally, if you go to the doctor, okay, he will give some antibiotics, ampicillin, tetracycline, okay, chloramphenicol, or streptomycin, okay, like that. They will give you different combinations of antibiotics, okay, to cure certain diseases. Okay, that is okay, like this. Some diseases like plague, whooping cough, that is Kali Kasi, okay, and the diphtheria, that is gall go-to, okay, which is related to throat infection, and the leprosy, okay, which is commonly called as kushtrog, okay, which used to kill millions all over the globe. Okay, these diseases were dreadful and used to kill a large number of people all over the world. So these antibiotics have protected a large number of people from these infections. Today, we cannot imagine a world without antibiotics. Generally, the antibiotics are given to the person after infection, okay, to cure the disease. Okay, vaccines are different. Vaccines are the vaccines are given before occurrence of the disease to prevent the disease, whereas the antibiotics are given, okay, after the infection to cure the disease. Okay, that is difference. We can see. Okay, there is anybody is having any doubt regarding antibiotics? Okay, these antibiotics are also produced in commercial in large quantity because they are providing to huge number of people now, a large doses and a large number of people they are making use of. So they need to be produced in large quantity. For that also they are using this fermenters. Okay, that means the bacteria or the fungi are allowed to grow on certain substance or certain substrate, okay, in the fermenter to produce the required product, that is antibiotic. So okay, at on commercial scale, okay, they are okay, we are using the different fermenters to produce the antibiotics. Okay, in that fermenter all the required environmental conditions are provided. There is a temperature, pH, okay, substrate concentration, product concentration has to be maintained. Okay, oxygen, okay, if they are aerobic organisms we have to provide oxygen. If they are anaerobic organisms we have to provide anaerobic conditions. Okay, okay, thoroughly mixing, okay, all agitator, okay, foam breaker, like this, all these chemicals, okay, substances need to be synthesized. Okay, all the necessary conditions need to be provided to produce the different products. Okay, that is. And next, not only that, okay, not only the alcoholic beverages, okay, and also antibiotics, there are certain chemicals which are commercially used different ways. All okay, these chemicals are also synthesized or produced at an industrial level. Okay, some of these chemicals, enzymes, and other bioactive molecules we'll discuss here. So microbes are also used for commercial and industrial production of certain chemicals like organic acids. Okay. Okay, for example, okay, we are saying organic acids like vitric acid. Vitric acid is produced by using, okay, Clostridium botulinum. Okay, by using this Clostridium botulinum, we can produce a vitric acid. Okay, and alcohols. We discussed some alcohols, alcoholic beverages. Not only that, ethanol, which is we are using, okay, in the laboratory. Okay, during the okay, in the chemistry lab, okay, for doing different practical, okay, different reactions, we use alcohol. And in biology lab also we use alcohol. Okay, the alcohol will be used as a disinfectant. Okay, the spirit is nothing but ethyl alcohol. Okay, rectified spirit which we use. Okay, that is when you go to the doctor before the injection. Okay, they will rub on the skin, and after that also we'll place it off. Okay, that is to reduce the infection on the surface area. Okay, that is so alcohols and different enzymes. Different enzymes are also obtained. Some we'll discuss here. Okay, Acetobacter aceti, a bacterium which is used for the production of acetic acid. Acetic acid we'll use in chemistry lab. Okay, now in chemistry lab, okay, in chemistry lab for idea, okay, for a different acetic acid. Okay, and this acetic acid is also used in the commercially for the production of different chemical substances. Okay, there is and next we already said okay, Clostridium botulinum, a bacterium which is used for the production of butyric acid. And the lactobacillus we commonly know, okay, that is used for the production of lactic acid. Okay, for the production of lactic acid we are making use of this lactobacillus. Okay, like this, these are all organic acids. Okay, acetic acid, butyric acid, lactic acid. These are all organic acids which are produced by using different bacteria, like Acetobacter aceti for the production of acetic acid. Okay, Clostridium botulinum for the production of butyric acid, and Lactobacillus for the production of lactic acid. Okay, and next alcohol. We already said some alcohol like yeast, Saccharomyces cerevisiae is used for the commercial production of ethanol. The same for alcoholic beverages. Okay, in alcoholic beverages, so the concentration of alcohol will be less when compared to the spirit or ethanol that we are using. Usually, the highest percentage of alcohol will be 96%. 96% of alcohol, that is the pure form of alcohol, we'll say. Okay, that is it is highly inflammable. Highly inflammable. It easily catches up the fire. Okay. All. Okay, that ethanol, okay, it is used, okay, in some places, this ethanol is used as a fuel. Okay, in the places where there is a sugarcane production. Okay, from there, okay, there what they are using for, they are obtaining a large amount of molasses now. And from by using that molasses, they are producing ethanol, and that ethanol is used as a fuel for vehicles, for the transportation of vehicles. Okay, there is. And next, not only that, okay, some microorganisms are used for the production of enzymes. Okay, microbes are used for the production of enzymes. Lipase. Okay, you all know very well lipase. Lipase is the enzyme which is involved in the digestion of fats in our body, in the intestine. Okay, in the intestine, the lipase is produced from pancreas and also from the intestine, small wall of the intestine, small intestine. Okay, and this lipase is involved in the digestion of fats. But here, what purpose we are using the lipase means? The lipase is used for removing the oil stains on the clothes. Understand? Okay, for example, if any oil stains are fallen on the shirt or on the clothes, okay, generally what we, okay, they cannot be removed by our normal detergents. Okay, we'll give it to the laundry. But okay, when you gave it to the laundry, they will successfully remove the stain. Okay, while giving to the laundry, you have to inform, okay, these are the oil stains, remove. Then they will say, okay, we'll remove. And they will, okay, what they will do means, okay, that portion where the oil stains are present, that portion will be treated with the lipase. And this lipase will remove that oil stains. As a result, okay, the oil stains are removed. So lipases are used in formulations and are used in removing oily stains from the laundry. So to remove the oil stains in the laundry, they are using these lipases. And also in some detergents. Okay, some detergents as okay, our detergent will remove oil stains also. What they are using means they are mixing up this lipases only. Okay, the detergents are added. Okay, the detergents are formulated with these lipases so that they can remove these oil stains. Okay, that is. And next, not only that, when you observe the fruit juices, okay, when you observe the fruit juices, okay, the fruit juices that you prepare in your home consists of huge amount of pulp. Okay, the fruit juice that is made in your home, okay, that large amount of pulp. Pulp means that fibers. Okay, the fiber like structures, a lot of pulp will be there. Okay, but the fruit juices that you buy in the market, okay, the fruit juices that you buy in your market like fruity or Maggie, okay, sorry, not Maggie, that is
Maza.
okay, real Maza, real, okay, real fruit juice, fruity, and next Maza, like this. You will buy, okay, when you buy the different fruit juices from the market, okay, they will, okay, we don't find any pulp, okay, it will be clear like a liquid, completely liquid, no pulp, nothing. Okay, why no pulp is observed in that means, okay, treated. Okay, a enzyme called pectinase. Okay, an enzyme called pectinase. By using the enzyme called pectinases, okay, that means by treating with the enzyme pectinase, okay, this pectinase will digest all the pulp and it makes the fruit juice clear. So that is the fruit juices in a at industrial level, they are treated with certain enzymes like pectinase, okay, which will digest this pulp and clears the fruit juices. That's what we can see here. So you might, okay, you must have noticed that bottled fruit juices bought from the market are clearer as compared to those made at home. This is because the bottled juice are clarified by the use of pectinases and proteases. By using a pectinases and proteases, okay, they are clarified or digested. As a result, the pulp will be dissolved. As a result, the fruit juice appears clearer that are obtained at okay in the market commercially. So that is what are the enzymes that they are using? Pectinases and proteases. Okay, pectinases and proteases are the enzymes that are used to okay to clarify the fruit juice, which will clear the pulp of the fruit juice. Okay. So lipase for removing the oil stains and okay lipases and proteases, sorry, pectinases and proteases for clearing the fruit juice. And next there is another enzyme called streptokinase. Okay, the streptokinase is produced by the bacterium Streptococcus and modified by genetic engineering is used as a clot buster for removing clots from the blood vessels of the patients who have undergone myocardial infarction leading to heart attack. So that is that means even after surgery, okay, at the time of the surgery, okay, at the okay internally, okay, that means we'll cut open and we'll undergo certain surgery now. Okay, at the time what happens? The blood is exposed. So sometimes what happens? The blood get clotted within the blood vessels, okay, and later they okay the whatever the part that is opened, that is closed by using certain stitches, but the clots will remain inside the blood now. So to remove that clots, or even if any person is undergone with a myocardial infection, that is the blood vessels have undergone certain rupture and resulted in clotting of blood. To remove those clots within the blood, okay, they use an enzyme called a streptokinase, which is produced by streptococcus by genetic engineering method. That is by biotechnological process. Certain biotechnological process, we are producing an enzyme called a streptokinase from the bacterium streptococcus, which is used as a clot buster. That means which is used to remove the clots from the blood. Okay, that is especially in myocardial infarction leading to heart attack. This means if it is left, okay, if a person is okay affected with a myocardial infarction, okay, there is a chance of heart attack. So in that case, okay, to remove those clots in the large blood vessels, okay, they are using this streptokinase enzyme. Okay, that is, so these are the different enzymes. Lipase used to remove oil stains, and next pectinases and proteases to clear the fruit juice, and streptokinase to remove the clot buster. Okay, that is. And next, another important bioactive molecule. Okay, another bioactive molecule, that is cyclosporin A. Okay, okay, when you observe this paragraph is very, 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 very important, ma. Most asked questions from this paragraph. Okay, most asked questions from this paragraph in the NEET and also in NCERT. So be careful. Okay, so another bioactive molecule, that is cyclosporin A, that is used as an immunosuppressive agent in organ transplant patients, is produced by the fungus Trichoderma polysporum. Already while we are discussing about okay, organ transplant, okay, that is okay, organ, while we are discussing about this human health and diseases, okay, the immune system is also playing a very important role, that is cytotoxic cells. Okay, that is okay, the cytotoxic cells. Okay, and also okay, there is a type of T lymphocytes which are playing a very important role in acceptance and rejection of transplanted part, okay, or graft rejection or acceptance will be mainly based upon this immune cells. So to suppress that immunity, okay, to accept that grafted organ or transplanted organ, to suppress the immune system, okay, we are using a chemical substance called cyclosporin A. So this cyclosporin A will act as an immunosuppressive agent. Okay, this cyclosporin A will act as a immunosuppressive agent, which is produced by a fungus called Trichoderma polysporum. So what is the bioactive molecule? Cyclosporin A. What is the source? Trichoderma polysporum. Okay, what is its effect? Okay, it is an immunosuppressive agent. It suppresses the immune system and helps in accepting the grafted organ. That's why the person, already we said already, okay, the person who underwent this organ transplantation have to take immunosuppressive agent throughout his life. to increase the life of that transplanted organ. Okay, that is and next another bioactive molecule, that is statins. Statins, yeast, that means yeast means it is also a type of fungus. Yeast, that is Monascus purpuris. Okay, Monascus purpuris have been commercialized as a blood cholesterol lowering agent. Okay, if a person who is having okay higher levels of blood cholesterol, for those persons, okay, this is okay, this bioactive molecule, that is statin, is given. Okay, as a result, it clears the it reduces the blood cholesterol levels. Okay, it is produced by a yeast okay, called Monascus purpuris. What is that chemical? Statins. Statin, bioactive molecule statin. Okay, source Monascus purpuris. Okay, what is its function? Means it acts as a blood cholesterol lowering agent. Okay, it's a function. Okay, blood cholesterol lowering agent. Okay, it acts by competitively inhibiting the enzyme responsible for the synthesis of cholesterol. So how this statins, okay, helping in reducing the blood cholesterol levels means, okay, it acts as a competitive inhibitor. Okay, while we are studying in +1 the biomolecules, okay, we have come across this inhibitors. Okay, these inhibitors are the chemical substances which will bind with the active site of the enzyme and prevents the binding of the actual substrate with the enzyme and prevents the enzymatic action. So the statins also bind with the enzyme which is involved in the formation of cholesterol or in the synthesis of cholesterol instead of the substrate for the production of cholesterol. As a result, the production of cholesterol is reduced. As a result, the blood cholesterol levels in the blood will be lowered. That's why we are saying, okay, blood cholesterol lowering agent. Okay, how it is acting means it is acting as a competitive inhibitor for the enzyme responsible for the synthesis of cholesterol. Okay. Okay, that is about this some chemical substances which are produced by certain microorganisms and used at a commercial level for its production. Okay, some organic acids, alcohols, and certain enzymes. And bioactive molecules. Okay, this is very, very okay. These two are very, very important. A lot of times they are asked. Okay, either in 1 mark or 2 mark or 3 mark. Anywhere, some definitely one question will come from this. Okay, bioactive molecules. That is like okay, enzymes or alcohols or so this concept is very, very definitely any okay, at least one mark or 2 mark or 3 mark question might come from this paragraph. Definitely. Okay.
Sir,
Yes, ma'am.
sir, immunosuppressive agent means
Immunosuppressive agent. Okay, it suppresses the immunity of the person. Okay, if a person is undergone organ transplantation, okay, that organ is considered as a foreign substance now. Okay, because that
yes,
organ is not belonging to its own person. No, they're okay, they're collecting from some other person and it is transferred to another person. So that organ is not his own. So definitely that organ will be considered as a foreign substance. So definitely some immune response will be there, and finally it causes the destruction of that transplanted organ. Then what is the use of organ transplantation? That's why, okay, to protect that organ from the effect of our immune system, okay, we are making use of a certain chemical substance like immunosuppressive agents. This substance will reduce the immunity of our body and protects the grafted organ or transplanted organ. So lowering the immune response. That's why we are calling it as an immune okay, suppressive agent. Suppressive means reduces. Okay,
Yes, sir.
one such one is a cyclosporin A. That means this cyclosporin A has to be taken regularly by the person who has undergone organ transplantation throughout his life. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Are there doubts, ma?
No, sir.
Okay, okay. And next one, microbes in sewage treatment. Okay. When you observe, okay, especially in towns and cities, okay, in villages means, okay, we'll find a less number of people, so we don't find that much waste, okay, domestic wastewater coming, that is sewage water, not that much produced. Okay, but when it comes to towns and cities, the population is more, so we'll find a huge amount of sewage or domestic wastewater is obtained. Okay, if you release that sewage water directly into the nearby water bodies, it may contaminate that water body, and the water is made unconsumable. That means we can't able to make use for drinking and other purpose. So that's why we have to reduce the effect of this sewage water, or we have to treat this sewage water before they are released into the water bodies, so that we can reduce the release of this organic waste or some other, okay, we can remove some of the harmful microorganisms, so that we can make use of that water. So that is even that water which is treated, the sewage, okay, the water that is obtained after sewage treatment, we can make use for some other purpose. Okay, like for gardening, okay, some other purpose we can make use of it. Okay, that is so. We know that large quantities of wastewater are generated every day in cities and towns. Okay, in cities and towns will find a large amount of okay, large quantities of wastewater is generated. A major component of this wastewater is a human excreta. So what is the major component that is present in that wastewater? Means that is a human excreta. And this municipal wastewater is also called sewage. So what is meant by sewage? Means the sewage is nothing but the wastewater that is obtained from the domestic regions. Okay. So the municipal wastewater is nothing but we are calling it as sewage. So it contains large amounts of organic matter and microbes, because okay, who is having diseases we don't know. Okay, because a huge population will be there, so some member diseases, and that disease containing microorganisms will also come. Disease causing microorganisms will also come along with this sewage. So lot of organic matter and microbes. Many of each are pathogenic. These microbes are microorganisms that are present in that may be pathogenic, because they are okay, because they are released from the diseased persons. And next, have you ever wondered where this huge quantity of sewage or urban wastewater is disposed of daily? Okay. Okay, we all know very well. Okay, Ganga water is polluted. Okay, now this Ganga water is no more used for consumption. Like that, it was transformed. Why? Because a lot of coastal cities are present on the bank of a river, and they are directly releasing the sewage water into the river Ganga. Okay, and a lot of industries are also present. And next, okay, a lot, okay, and not only that, the burnt and unburnt crops are also directly released into that water bodies, because they say the Ganga is a sacred river. Okay, if they place the corpse or if they mix the ash of the corpse after burning, okay, the person will directly reaches the heaven. Okay, sacred. Okay, they will. Okay, some members will find that. So that's so many of it are. So have you ever wondered where this huge quantity of sewage or urban wastewater is disposed of daily? Means they're releasing directly into the nearby water bodies. Okay, so this cannot be discharged into natural water bodies like rivers and streams directly. You can understand why. Okay, so that means what they are doing, they are directly discharging the sewage water into the nearby water bodies. But that should not happen. Why? Because when you add this sewage water directly, it contaminates that water and makes that water unconsumable. That means we can't make use such water body which is contaminated for a drinking purpose and other purpose. So before disposal, okay, before disposal, hence sewage is treated in sewage treatment plant, that is STPs. STPs means STP means a sewage treatment plant. STDs, that is sexually transmitted diseases. STIs, sexually transmitted infections. Okay, here it is STP, that is a standard temperature pressure. No, not like that. Okay, it is a okay sewage treatment plant. This is biology, not a physics or chemistry. Okay, STP means okay sewage treatment plants, not a okay standard temperature pressure. Okay, in chemistry or physics, they say STP means standard temperature pressure. Okay, that is a Kelvin, temperature in kelvins. Okay, pressure in pascals. Okay, so here it is not like that. Okay, it is a sewage treatment plants. Okay, that is okay. Before disposal, hence sewage is treated in sewage treatment plants to make it less thing. Okay, to make it so whatever the sewage water that is generated in the towns and cities, before they are releasing into the water bodies, this sewage water should be treated. Okay, okay, to make it less polluting. So treatment of wastewater is done by the heterotrophic microbes naturally present in the sewage. So in the sewage water itself only there are some microorganisms now. Okay, with the help of that microorganisms, that is that heterotrophic microorganism which are decomposing. Okay, heterotrophic means here they are decomposing. Some decomposing microorganisms or bacteria are present. Okay, and these are involved in the treatment of this sewage water. Okay, and that process of sewage water, okay, we'll discuss in the next class.